Michael Reynolds, who's an Associate Professor of Near Eastern Studies, and he joins me now from Princeton in New Jersey. What more can you tell us about this US decision if Donald Trump continues in office?
Yes, well, if Donald Trump does succeed in withdrawing these troops from Afghanistan and reducing the number of troops in Iraq, he'll be delivering on one of his major promises when he was elected 4 years ago, and that was to end the American interventions around the world, and particularly the wars in Afghanistan. And elsewhere, as you know, we are still, although there's not exactly a war going on in Iraq, America is still involved there. And the war in Afghanistan now has been going on for nearly 2 decades. It's remarkable to me now that I have students who I teach who were born after the United States invaded Afghanistan. And so, if in fact Donald Trump is able to do this, he'll be fulfilling one of his major campaign promises that was made 4 years ago.
And Michael, the peace talks are at such a fragile and crucial state. Could a Biden presidency dismantle them or even put some momentum into them?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I've not heard anything from Biden that's been in any way very detailed about what he hopes to do in Afghanistan. I think it's widely recognized throughout the American foreign policy establishment that we are truly stuck in something that is a quagmire in Afghanistan, but there is no creativity in thinking, how do we get out of that? So my expectation is that Biden will simply seek to muddle along, much like when he was vice president with Barack Obama, who similarly came into office promising to lower the American level of intervention around the world, and yet it did not. Contrary, not only did he not succeed in lowering the level of American interventions, but actually ratcheted them up and kept America still stuck in Afghanistan with no resolution to that conflict within reach. So my expectation, Biden comes in, will simply be kicking the can further down the road.
Now, Michael, the Middle East is a very big area, very different countries. Who do you think would be a better leader, or Middle East leaders would like to see sitting in the White House?
That's a good question. I mean, I think there's the expectation that Biden comes back, that there will be sort of more American foreign policy will be more consistent with what it was before Donald Trump came into office. And Donald Trump came into office with the promise, one, that he was going to significantly change American foreign policy, and also sort of boasted, in fact, that he was going to be an unpredictable leader. And in an area, particularly like the Middle East, where there's so much instability, that was seen as something rather worrisome to many Middle Eastern leaders, to some perhaps a bit promising, that Trump would try to do things a bit differently. But I think what's remarkable, for better or for worse, has been the consistency in American policy in the Middle East. There have not been truly, I would say, major changes in American foreign policy in the Middle East since from Bush to Obama to Trump. Even things like the withdrawal of American forces from northern Syria, which was heralded as being a major move by Trump, did not significantly. America is still in Syria, and likewise, America remains still in Afghanistan. The peace agreement that Israel's had with some of its Arab countries is perhaps significant, but has not resolved the Palestinian question. And so I think that I don't think that there will be, with either leader, there will be any truly major change in American Middle Eastern policy. I think the bigger question is with China.
And that's another whole discussion for another day. Thank you so much, Michael Reynolds from Princeton, for your time.
You're welcome.